Sorry, class, that last one got cut off here. So, right, we were finishing up this problem. We do 7 factorial, and we get an answer of 5,040. 5,000. So, right, we just went over the end of last video talking about how to find this on your calculator, right? How to find this on your calculator. So, if you need to go over that, just go back to the end of last video. So here we just have some quick practice SAT questions. So it says, Haley, a dog walker, has to look after 3 poodles, 2 dachshunds. There is 1 bowl for the poodles, since they are quite picky, and another for the dachshunds, who aren't nearly as finicky. If a feeding consists of 1 dachshund and 1 poodle eating at the same time, how many different ways can Haley pair off the dogs for feeding? So right, we think about, we have 2 scenarios, feeding the poodles, feeding the dachshunds. So if we look at this, we need to think, okay, how many poodles do we have? And then how many dachshunds do we have? So we take our 3 times our 2, and we get an answer of 6. So using that multiplication counting principle. So now looking at the second one, it says a youth symphony orchestra is to consist of 5 violinists, 3 clarinetists, and 2 bassoonists. The conductor wants to put together a trio of the instrumentalists. How many different possible trios are there? So we think step 1, step 2, step 3. There are 5 violinists, 3 clarinetists, and 2 bassoonists. 2. So we take 5 times 3 times 2, and we get an answer of, hiding there, 30. And one more practice SAT question. A rectangle is broken up into 4 squares. So I'm going to start by drawing a picture here. So it's broken up into 4 squares. Modern artists can use any of 6 colors to paint the 4 squares. No square can be the same color as an adjacent square. And the extreme left, so talking about this one, and the extreme right, are the same colors. How many unique ways can the artist paint the square? So if we think of this, we need to think about, okay, well, how many different colors, let's just start with our first one, can I paint this first square? All right, we have 6 colors to choose from. 6 colors to choose from. Then we come down here, right at this one, it cannot be the same color as the one next to it. So we only have 5 colors to choose from. 5 colors to choose from. Also, same thing here. This cannot be the same, and we also can't use the color we used here. So there are only 4 options there. And then noticing this part right here, right extreme left, are the same color, right? This is going to be whatever this color was. So that's why we only have 1 option for it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 6 times 5 times 4, then times 1. And if we multiply those all together, we end up getting an answer of 120. So this next part here, little activity to do. I will move through it fairly quickly, but feel free to pause, work on the problem, then check your answers afterwards. So this activity is the which is more activity. The objective is to figure out which scenario offers you the best amount of options. Work with people at your group, choose A, B, C, or D. So to start, right, we have these pizza places, and we want to know which one offers you more options. More options. So notice you have types of crust, types of sauce, types of toppings. What we're going to do, multiply them all together, right? Use multiplication counting principle. Again, pause the video if you want to work on it, because I'm going to jump to the answers here. We do this, and we would find that Domino's had the most options at 63. Most options at 63. Okay, we'll do the same thing here with the ice cream shop. Right, they have syrups, flavors, and toppings. We'll multiply those together. We want to figure out which of these 4 places have the most options, or actually the least variety. Sorry about that. We want the one that has the least variety, so the least amount of options. So again, we're going to multiply them together. Please pause it. So I'm jumping to the answer here. We find Cold Stone because it only has 540 compared to the other store's 600. So a couple more here. This one, talking about license plates. So this one's going to take a little bit of time, right? They all have different restrictions on them. One letter followed by 2 digits, then 2 letters. Only prime numbers allowed, right? No vowels are allowed. Letter Y is always first. Letter M and N are not allowed in the first spot. So right, those are our options here, and we are trying to find the one with the most variety. So again, I'll have the answer here on the next slide if you want to pause it. It would be Colorado who had the most at 1,944,810. One more example here. You're trying to put together an outfit, can't decide to narrow your options. Which style gives you the least amount? So we want the least amount of variety. So again, we have jeans, belts, shirts, jackets. Multiply those together with sweatpants, sweatshirts, t-shirts, sneakers. So we're going to multiply these numbers together. If we do that, we want to find the one with the least amount. So again, if you want to pause it, you can. And we would find that it's casual, as there's only 32 options for our outfits. So that is end for today's lesson 1-1, talking about the multiplication counting principle.